proof that life gets better at 40. We can expect big things to come as the world's greatest half marathon celebrates its 40th anniversary. It was back in 1981 that the first runners completed the iconic route from Newcastle to South Shields, with just 11,000 taking part. Among them was Alistair, who then went on to run every single one.
It was a lot bigger than I ever expected, and I remember running and not stopping to take on any drinks at all. And I met my wife at the end, and she was expecting our first and suffering. And the two of us got on the bus to go home afterwards. I literally had to crawl off the bus with dehydration, ill. So I don't know what we looked like, but that's my memory of the first Great North Run. Then they came out with the next year, then the next, and before you know it, you're out running, you're taking part, and then it's like a blink of an eye. 40 years later, here we are.
On that day, I was asked the question, are you going to do it again? And the only answer I could give was, yeah, of course. I mean, how could we not? The public have responded to it. And that's what people don't really understand. It was an event which we launched into the public domain as an idea. Here's an idea. I've seen it happen somewhere else on a smaller scale as it happened. Can it happen here in Tyneside? Do the people of the region want something like this? And the resounding answer was yes, they do. And they took it to their heart. It became the biggest event of its kind ever held in the UK and has been ever since.
Some of the greatest athletes in the world have since taken part, from the likes of Sir Mo Farah, Bridget Kosgei and Paula Radcliffe.
Being a writer, you're stuck at a desk drinking tea and eating biscuits, getting overweight, and you don't get the oxygen around your body. So, bizarre as it sounds, doing the Great North Run, turning me into a runner, has helped my career. When you've done it as many times as I have, you know the pain that's coming. And I now do it maybe 40% longer than I used to 30 years ago. So I reckon Brendan Foster has stretched the course by 40%. And a lot of people, and the hills as well. Gateshead have jacked up those hills, they're much steeper than I remember.
The Great North Run has become a bucket list for runners all over the world, as well as those closer to home. And in its 40-year history, the run has seen some major milestones, but records are there to be broken.
Well, we've seen huge demand for the ballot already this year. It's 25% up on last year's ballot so far after a week, and last year was a record number of entrants into the ballot. So yeah, we're anticipating really, really good demand for this year, and we're hoping that we can beat the record number of finishes, which we set in 2018, just over 46,500. So we'll be getting ready at South Shields for a lot more than that, hopefully.
The ballot remains open until the 14th of February. Sophie Halsey in Newcastle.